Hello, Toking Tommy. Greetings from the dank basement. I'm Paul Shelbetter, your wicked Uncle Squinty. I just rolled out of bed. Seriously. Rolled out of bed, took my morning piss, brushed my teeth, made some coffee. Not necessarily in that order. Came down here, checked my Gmail. There on my YouTube newsfeed. Very first message I opened was my list of recommended videos, and this was on it. And here I am, but haven't touched a comb to my hair, haven't showered yet, look like shit, and I don't care. Deal with it. I'm so lucky to be blind, there are no ugly people for me. That's great. All right. Well, by the way, using a Missouri Meerschaum Oakwood and smoking a wee bit of the Condor. Thank you, Tom Callan from Worcester, for sending this to me as part of my Christmas gift. You're a prince, and I appreciate it very much. Love the Condor, believe it or not. Love it. All right, so let's talk about the bad tobacco. I have rarely met a tobacco I truly, truly dislike. Very rarely. Some of the Oriental forward Balkan blends can be a little off-putting. I'm not experienced enough a smoker to appreciate the nuances, I suspect. But, and a couple of the Lakelands are absolutely insufferable to me. Ennerdale Flake. I think it's disgusting. I hate it. Which is weird because I love other Lakelands. Tom also sent me a 25 grammer of this, which is the Grassmere from GAW and Hogarth. And this stuff is brilliant, even though it smells like a florist's shop. It's topped with geranium and rose, among other things, and it's pretty darn delicious. So, other than Ennerdale, Clan, a couple of the Lakelands, I don't really have a tobacco I dislike intensely. And tastes vary, right? But I will tell you my worst tobacco experience. Let's see if I can take a sip of coffee here. And the coffee's gone. And let's see what else I got to drink. Soda's gone. Oh, this'll work. Yeah, this'll work just fine. I'm gonna go visit my Scottish cousin Johnny. Delicious beverage. So anyway, I, at the point, am 19 years old. I have graduated from what you call college, we call high school. I have my first real job, first full-time job. I don't even remember really what it was. I think it had something to do with telemarketing. I'm not sure. But it was one of my first real jobs, anyway. And I decided, since I had already tried snuff, I had tried dip and hated it. Hadn't yet tried snus, but I had tried snuff. I was a cigarette smoker, wasn't much into cigars. I thought I would try smoking a pipe. So I went down to a little tobacco store very near the place where I worked. And I walked in and I said, I've got about $50 budget. I want to start smoking a pipe. Can you set me up? And they said, sure. The clerk said, sure, we can set you up, young man. Here is a basket pipe. It is a real Savinelli, but it doesn't have the Savinelli mark because it is a real basket pipe. Well, I didn't know what a basket pipe was. I do know, or at least I discovered later, that the tobacco chamber was horribly misdrilled. And things didn't line up at all in the shank. It was just a crappy pipe. I wish the guy had just sold me a cob. I could have bought a decent cob for, in those days, maybe $7. It would have been cheap, and I would have had a much better smoking experience. And then he said, you're going to need one of these. And he hands me this tamper that has a scraper on the other end made of aluminum. And he says, this is a pipe nail, 75 cents. Okay, so add that to the basket, He says, now you're going to need some tobacco, and I recommend this delicious cherry cordial from Borkum Riff. He forgot to sell me pipe cleaners, didn't know I needed them. To me, pipe cleaners were something you used for art projects. right? Hey, look at this. I made a snowman with a mustache, and it's got pipe cleaner. No, so he didn't sell me pipe cleaners. So I'm going to try to light this again. I've got the camera curse, guys. I really do. Smoked this pipe for 20 minutes before even starting this video. Like I said, I'm smoking some Condor, which I love, in this Missouri Meerschaum brand Oakwood pipe. Well, here's what happened. So I took the pouch of Borkum Riff and I eagerly opened it. Nobody ever talked to me about seasoning a briar, building a cake, cleaning out the stem for excess moisture. None of that. This clerk just made his sale. I went out the door happy, thinking I was going to be a pipe smoker. Now, at least I was smart enough to realize you just don't grab a bunch of tobacco and jam it into the bowl. You know, I knew about the three-step packing process, or maybe it was just intuition. So I get myself ready to go, blaze it up. It doesn't stay lit. I tamp it, light it again. It doesn't stay lit. I tamp it, light it again. Stays lit! Yay! Unlike this pipe I'm trying to smoke right now. But it stayed lit. I'm all happy. I'm thinking, this is great. I'm a pipe smoker, and 3 minutes later, I get a mouthful of sour, ashy, spittle-laden, tobacco condensate-laden, horrifying juice. It was horrifying juice. Like breaking open a boil and sucking out the pus. It was disgusting juice. And after that, I threw the pipe, the tamper, and the Borkum Riff into a waste bin. So that's my story of the world's worst tobacco. I need another sip here. Yes, 9:15 on a Friday morning. Go, Paul. My God, I don't even have the grace to use a nice tumbler. Listen, Tommy, congratulations again. You do great videos. Get a little long, but what the hell, you Northern Englanders are long-winded. We understand this. You know, there's 4 things you know. 1 is telling stories. The 2nd is drinking. The 3rd is fighting. And the 4th is, of course, fucking. And you do all of the 4 quite well up there in Yorkshire, etc. So, congratulations to you for the 1,000 subs. I hope I win. Don't trust tobacco shop clerks unless it's a really good tobacco store. Seriously, they will screw you. This guy took my money. He knew I was going to have a bad experience. He had to have known the pipe was shit. He had to have known that I needed pipe cleaners. Maybe he was trying to discourage me from developing the lifelong bad habit of pipe smoking. I don't... Whatever his motives were, I got a really bad first experience out of it. You know, they say that learning to smoke a pipe is a bit like losing one's virginity. The first time is never good. And I'm glad I came back to pipe smoking. It took me nearly 40 years. I came back to pipe smoking in 2014. And thanks to the YouTube pipe smoking community and friends who smoke pipes, I got on the right track, started building a good cellar, learned how to appreciate a good briar, a good meerschaum, even a good falcon. And I'm learning more every day thanks to you, Tommy, and thanks to the rest of the Y.T.P.C. So thanks a lot. I hope I win. You have a fabulous weekend. Cheers. Never met a tobacco I didn't like. Nope, never. Never. Stonehaven, I don't get what's the big deal. Hobbit's weed, I don't get what's the big deal. You know, they're decent tobacco. Stonehaven, a little one note for me, a little monochromatic, and there are certainly better cherry cordials than Hobbit's weed. But I guarantee you one of them isn't Borkum Riff. And you can take that to the bank, Tommy, my boy.